I would say to Justin, go away. And come next election, you will go very far away. Can't wait to get rid of you.
I think if we weren't charged a carbon tax, we wouldn't need a rebate. It's like throwing a dog a bone, and it's an insult to Canadians. And I think if people really knew what was going on, they would understand that. But most people just don't care. There should be millions of people on this hill right now, and there's not. Where is everybody?
$600 more than the rebate in that province. So,
April Fool Day today, and I think that in fact Canadians have been fooled by the federal government, because today it marks the day of the increase of the carbon tax by 23%. So that means that Canadians who are already struggling will struggle even more today.
Conservative premiers across this country are misleading Canadians, are not telling the truth. 8 out of 10 families across the country in federal backstop jurisdictions make more money with the Canada carbon rebate than it costs with the price on pollution.
But what is more outrageous, we need to mention that during Justin Trudeau and the Liberals are increasing the carbon tax and putting more pressure on the shoulder of Canadians, they are right now increasing their own income, and that means that the Canadian MPs will earn the world's second highest salary for elected officials. Can you believe this? So we are here today to cover Ottawa in Parliament Hills, but don't forget to go to stopthecarbontax.com. On this website, you can see all the reports on my other fellow colleagues that are deployed across Canada to cover the carbon tax protests, and you don't want to miss that. But today, I'm here to engage conversation with the protester, not only to know what will be their message to Justin Trudeau about the increase of carbon tax, but also to know what they would say to Canadians that really believe that increasing the carbon tax is profitable because they receive rebates 4 times a year. Let's go and let's check it out. Let's see what the people have to say.
$600 more than the rebate in that province. So, will the Prime Minister...
Today, as we stand here united in protest against the unjust burden of carbon taxes, I stand before you not only as a concerned citizen, but as the daughter of a fisherman. From the beautiful shores of New Brunswick for generations, my family has relied on the bountiful resources of our ocean to make a living. But today we find ourselves facing not only the unpredictable tides, but also the ever-increasing tide of taxes that threaten the drown of our livelihood.
It's really critical that we stop this from happening. Canadians are just barely clinging on. The economy is just barely clinging on, and this increases the cost of living for everybody.
You're raising the cost of living. You're raising the cost of diesel, everything to operate businesses. My friends down on the East Coast, they rely on fishing. And fishing, if you don't have that industry, which is closed down right now, we don't have another job to go. It's not like when you live in a city, you can go out and get a job for here or there at a Tim Hortons. Those jobs are stabilized in our community. There's only a few. So what do we do now if we let outsourcing fish and you take that carbon tax on?
What would it be your message to Justin Trudeau, who is actually increasing the carbon tax the same day that he's increasing his own salary and the MP salary?
I would say to Justin, on the very same day that he's increasing his income and taking away more of ours, I would say to Justin, go away. And come next election, you will go very far away. Can't wait to get rid of you.
My message is right here on my sign. It says April Fool's Day is canceled this year. No prank is greater than the joke running this country right now. So, sorry, I would also tell him that the carbon tax scam is an economical policy, not an environmental one.
April Fool's to everybody. So we've been fooled for sure. And I hope that later on that we'll be able to see the truth of what they're really doing and that we can fight this, you know, because it's not a joke anymore, you know. This is serious and we have to like take a stand, because if not, everyone's going to end up on the streets, our kids, our grandkids, and we have to do something about that.
Just stop the madness and time to get some reality back in the world and let the crops grow and they'll sequester the carbon.
I personally know that some friends, some people, some refugee that they are choosing, for example, between heating and feeding themselves. They reduce 3 meals to 2 meals, some of them in 1 meal per day. And Mr. Prime Minister, his office is here. You should feel the pain of the people. You cannot just go to the luxury vacation and say that, oh, it's free. No, nothing is not free. The economy 101. There is no free lunch in economy, okay?
The price on pollution is increasing along with the Canada carbon rebate. We are effective in putting a price on pollution that is driving down emissions as people around the world look to our success at transforming our economy to be less carbon emitting.
Justin Trudeau and his entire Liberal government don't care about Canadians, and you could see that in their policies. They care about their pocketbooks, about their friends, their special interests. SNC Lavalin, it goes on and on and on. The Arrive scam scandal, where it's all the Liberal insiders are getting rich and Canadians are getting poorer. So my message to Trudeau is it's time to resign. It's time for a government that actually cares about Canadians and not about their friends' pocketbooks.
Well, I think I would tell him, you know what you're doing, you know it's wrong, you know that you're not actually accomplishing what you're saying you're accomplishing, so you're lying. And so I'd say if you really care about Canadians and you want to, you know, right the ship, you'll reverse your tax. Because you know deep down it's not doing anything about the environment. And you know where the money's going, and you're not honest about where the money's going because it's not transparent, and you don't tell us. So axe it, because if not, well, I mean, either way, he's probably going to be out the next election. And we're never going to let this go. It's not an issue that's ever going to be let go.
Trudeau est en train de tweeter ces derniers jours à propos de certains sujets absurdes pour détourner l'attention. Mais en réalité, les Canadiens, ils sont ici et ils sont en train de souffrir. Ça veut dire qu'il faut qu'ils comprennent que les Canadiens qui sont ici, ils n'ont pas de problème à payer leurs taxes. Ils ont des problèmes à payer les taxes qui ne sont pas raisonnables.
What would you say to some Canadians who are sure that the carbon tax is profitable by the rebate that they received?
No, absolutely not. What's the sense of taking it if it's going to be all refunded with a rebate? No, that's a ridiculous comment.
I think if we weren't charged a carbon tax, we wouldn't need a rebate. It's like throwing a dog a bone, and it's an insult to Canadians. And I think if people really knew what was going on, they would understand that. But most people just don't care. There should be millions of people on this hill right now, and there's not. Where is everybody? Because people are just taking care of themselves, and they're not actually paying attention to what's going on. It's like, well, it's just one person. What can I do? And it's like, you know what? There's millions of us in Canada, and we need to start saying enough is enough.
I'm from Quebec. I don't even think we get rebates, but I'm not sure. And the cost of living is going up crazy that the rebates aren't going to do anything. Like, it affects us in Quebec today because everything touches the carbon tax like 5 times before it gets to the store, and people don't see the cost of everything.
When you take $100, let's say, and say you give that to somebody and you're guaranteed to get something back, but you only get $25 back. Now that doesn't make sense. You're supposed to have a full profit back on that, but we're not going to be getting that money back. The money is there to help corporations and stuff get money. Why aren't we taxing the corporations?
I study economy. Wherever there is a government intervention, people gonna lose. Okay, it's a fact in economy, and so by you think that government gonna decide better than yourself? I don't think so. We know that who are the people that violate human rights, who are the people that start the war? Government. I cannot trust the government to decide for my own money.
I think that, first of all, you need to consider the fact that the carbon tax isn't just flatly applied. It's every part of the supply line. You're going to get it at the manufacturing, at the shipping, at the receiving. So everything in your life, from your groceries, everything that's delivered, carried by a truck, anything that uses energy, like heating our homes in the winter, making our industries run, warming the office buildings, powering your computer, it all uses power, it all uses energy, which is being taxed at every point of the process, and it's not something that's being compensated properly through the rebate. That's being reflected in the price of your groceries and the price of everything.
And my last question is, okay, there is some premier of the province who have raised their voice asking to hold or to cut the carbon tax to Justin Trudeau, while Justin Trudeau is saying that they are spreading disinformation. What do you think about that?
Well, we're not. Those premiers are not spreading disinformation. Justin is a liar. So I have a present for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, a little red nose.
So I'm supposed to wear that?
If you like. Yeah. Yes, of course you can.
So why you are in clown today?
Because I'm representing Justin.
He's saying that they're spreading disinformation. Well, it's nice to know that there's 7 premiers that are actually trying to stand up and they have a backbone to support Canadians, because Trudeau is for himself and for the World Economic Forum. He does not work for Canada.
There is no disinformation. We know that if you raise tax, which means that you give more power to the government. Government has more money to violate your Charter of Rights and Freedom.
We deploy our team all across Canada to cover the carbon tax protests. You don't want to miss that, so I bring you to stopthecarbontax.com. On this website, you can see all of our reports, and please go and sign our petition, because we will bring that petition to say enough is enough about taxing Canadians and make them struggling and make them more poor. So go over stopthecarbontax.com.